Today on the channel, highlights from my day at Mattel.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a very special video, as today's video is all about my trip to Mattel in El Segundo. Beautiful this time of year, California, as I did go out there, of course, for WrestleMania weekend, and Mattel was gracious enough to invite some of us out there to their headquarters to check out what all the fuss was about. And let me tell you, there was fuss. And a lot of you guys have seen some of these videos. I did post the Q&A from the day up on my YouTube channel. And I also posted the one from the Superstore the day before. So there's two different panel Q&As up on the YouTube channel right now. Check those out if you missed them. Omos and MVP was a nice surprise at the Mattel offices that day. So very cool surprise to see them. Of course, we saw some reveals on that panel, answered some questions as well. Of course, I had some questions of my own that I got asked. I will do a full recap video of my time at Mattel and the whole weekend, of all the renders, my thoughts, what I saw, what I heard, what I know, all that kind of fun stuff. So we're going to do probably 3 deep dive videos into that. So stay tuned to that in the next few days here as I try to get acclimated back to society in the Midwest. And I have to travel for a meeting here shortly out of state as well. So I'll be back. No sleep, no rest for the wicked, like a young Ozzy Osbourne, as I always say. But it was very cool. So check out that Q&A. But there was more to that day than the Q&A, as we did get a tour of the offices and a tour of some of the cool stuff around there. And that was very fun to see and experience all that. It was truly a once-in-a-lifetime trip. I'd never been to a WrestleMania before. They don't really come to the Midwest. And when I was a kid, that wasn't an option to go to WrestleMania. So very cool to experience it. I think it's something somebody should see every single, not every single time, but once in their life is what they should see. And of course, in California, you know I had to go to the Rainbow Bar and Grill, pay my respects to the Lemmy statue. I'll have a video on that as well on the channel, so make sure you check that out. Quite the magical moment that one was. But I did go to the Hall of Fame. I did go to WrestleMania both nights. I did go to SmackDown as well. So just quite the experience all around. But true highlight of the trip with the Rainbow was, of course, my day at Mattel. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. I want to give a special shout out to, of course, Robert Rudman, Bill McKenna, and Steve Ozier. Had a lot of great time talking to those guys over the whole weekend. They were at the Superstore interacting and stuff. I mean, I talked to those guys for hours. It was very cool to meet them finally in person after communicating online and things like that for the last few years. But very cool, nicest guys ever. Truly nice, love the business. And that's one thing you got to have. I don't care what you're doing, what you do for a career. You got to have passion for the business. If you don't got passion for the business, you're not going to move the needle. You're not going to get ahead. You're just going through life. So whatever you're doing, try to be passionate about it. We all don't have the funnest jobs in the world. I think we'd all agree. But if you can be passionate, you can find that passion. Get on the edge of a lightning bolt like a young Dusty Rhodes or something like that maybe. But Steve, Bill, and Robert, very passionate, very knowledgeable, very fun to talk to. And I thank those guys for having us out there and everything else. And it was just a very, very special day, like you're going to see in this very video.
Very cool. They got a full-on Ultimate Edition box. How about that? Beautiful.
Right on. So we're so glad you were able to join us. A lot of us, a lot of new friends as well in the house. So, we're welcoming you to our home here at Mattel. We're going to have a great day touring around our design center. We're going to show you some new reveals, have time for a Q&A, and it's going to be a great time.
How about that? Some real deal Hot Wheels. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Barbie. The old 3D scanning studio. Oh, the Ultimate Warrior. Boots. Awesome. Virtual studio. How about that?
Everybody want to file in just a little bit?
Wow.
So we're going to do them
Brett.
Those 64 images, which you see on screen here, will be compiled into a 3D model of the talent. In this case, we're looking at Logan Paul here, someone we had in earlier to work on his figure. So this is kind of the output here with the color information on it. And then from here, we'll send it over to the sculpting department. The sculpting department will clean it up a little bit for downstream manufacturing purposes. And that's how we kind of go about jump-starting the sculpt, is giving them an actual 3D likeness rather than working from photographs as we have in the past. And still do today, but in some cases we're able to utilize photogrammetry to get us that much started. And what we have over here is Manson, which is a place where we would send the sculpting department.
Cool. That's me. Hi. So I can show you what after we get the cool scans from Zero there in this machine. There's a little bit of cleanup because sometimes the information gets a little lost. So this is where our group comes in the sculpting department, and we use this little fancy machinery here to do the sculpting. And this is sort of like your PlayStation or Xbox. When you run into a wall, you get a little shock. Yep. So this has force feedback, so I can actually feel what I'm sculpting. So most of us are traditionally trained, so this movement translates directly to that movement. So you can look up here on a nicer big screen. So you can see I can go around the piece with my cursor. If I get to here, I'm tapping on his chest, and this is not allowing me to go through because his chest is there. So let me zoom in here. It's all like real time. So right now I have a carving tool. I can come in here and kind of enhance that here a little bit. See how I'm carving? And the cool thing is, if I come in here, I can feel his face, and I can feel his groove, and you can see how my stylus is trapped in the groove. See that? And you know, a few hours later, you get something really, really nice to play with. Does anybody want to feel and touch the thing? Yeah, have a seat. How do we roll? Have a seat there. I'll guide you. Just hold this on the pen. All right, so that's the piece right there.
Oh yeah, wow, that's so cool.
There's a skin there, so if you poke through, you're going to be on the inside.
Wow, that is really cool, man.
Right there.
Wow.
So there's a little button there. Right here? There, yeah. If you press it, you can like kind of carve it. You'll feel it. So what it kind of feels like, you get a chance. It kind of feels like you're carving into a watermelon. Right? A little bit of.
That is insane. Very cool, man.
Pretty nifty.
Yeah, absolutely. So cool, man.
All right.
Somebody else get in on this.
Applications.
How awesome is this? The Warriors duster.
All right, guys. Last call for bigs in here.
Warriors boots.
We're gonna head to the next stop.
Here's the old scanning booth. Look at all those cameras in there. It's where they sit in and get it done. Bret Hart's jacket. Barbie. Dominic. Bianca. Oh, there's Big Papa Pump. Strowman. Taker. Look at that. Captain Lou. My friend John.
Oh, so excited.
What do we got over here? Ultimate
That's what the kid was
Usos.
asking for last night. I know. You get Ultimate Usos, you get them, buddy.
That's right.
Wow.
Unbelievable. This shop looks so cool. Frying Kurt Angle. Wow. That was awesome.
I like that fur coat.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be a cool one, man. Really unique.
Wow.
Tom missed out. Told these.
That's actually awesome from last year. Yeah, at least it did drop our
Tempered approach to things. He hasn't yelled at us. No. I don't think anyone here has yelled at us. For the record. No. For anyone listening.
They said these shirts are not specific superstars. Could be for anything. How about Captain Lou?
What are we thinking? What are we thinking?
Captain Lou.
Oh my God, dude!
Now,
Unbelievable.
do you remember Captain Lou?
Unbelievable.
What's your favorite Captain Lou match?
You know, the one where he won the.
Yeah, exactly. When he was
It
Mario.
doesn't matter. I can still, you know, I'm a deep cut guy.
For sure.
Oh, I've seen this one.
You guys seen this? It's like the rarest of Hot Wheels.
Whoa.
So, this is one of the rarest of Hot Wheels. This is one of the hardest to find. This is the most, if you guys try to find this on eBay, you'll see it going for like 20,000, 30,000 just for this one VW bus. In this condition would just be the most pristine. Wow. If you found it in package, yeah, good luck, okay? But so we then, this is that. We then made one. But then this one sits, it's just our video game lounge thing. Like, you want to play video games in there, go ahead. But we do that. We tend to like make Hot Wheels cars, and then if we love them enough, we'll make the actual real one. And the actual building spot is right behind us. Wow. So if you look at like, I forget the name of that. I think it's Automotive Magazine or Hot Rod Magazine is right behind us. Wow. They store half of our own built cars. So we have an actual museum of like Hot Wheels one-off builds right behind us. Like, I'll put it in the order.
Raw is war. Oh, how about that? Get the most out of your molds right there. Very cool. Print shop.
If you guys were at
He-Man.
Texas WrestleMania, that's the next stage that I built for Texas.
Very cool.
Texas WrestleMania.
I know there's too much
Raw's
to
War
look at when
stage.
you walk in.
Next
right?
year?
Right?
Next year, maybe. How about that?
And we love that for this to happen. We really, really would. And I'm sure you guys would.
Oh, absolutely. All right, guys. Hey, I'm Bobby. Run the day-to-day here for Mattel's 3D printing operation. I'm gonna go over real quick some of the technology we have, how they work, why we have them, how we use them. So this side of the room we're on right now, PolyJet 3D printing, work a lot like our ink-based, like an ink-based printer you might have at home. Only you're using photopolymer resins that cure with UV light. So you can see that machine back open over there. Every time it comes across, a little bit of resin, light cures it about 80%. With the next arm on top, it cures all the way through down to the previous layer, over and over again to make the same part. Something you see there with those 4 wrestlers on there, it takes a little over 10 hours to 3D print. Some of the contributing factors of time is how tall the part, because printing in a very thin layer. The taller the part, the much longer it takes.
Wow, 10 hours.
With these printers, we're able to print in full color, so we can take the scan data. You guys already saw, right, our 3D scanner over with Steve. We're able to print those. We're able to pick a color off of a chart. We're able to take Pantone values that the designer may call out to print parts. One of the materials in the machine is a gel, a support material. 2 uses for it is to hold everything in place while going. Also acts as a substrate, like paper would for your printer. So if that gel didn't follow the part up and you undercut, the material would fall all the way down. The process for removing that is just a high pressure water jet. Basically like something you would use to clean your driveway. Blows all that gel off and you have your finished part. The machine's also capable of doing singular material, so it has to create an architecture to hold the parts in place so nothing's moving around, falling, and make sure we get everything that we need to get when it's done printing. After it's done, take it off, rinse it in chemical. All those are going in like arrow points into the part. They just tear right off pretty nicely. With these machines versus others here, we get the harder materials that are more resilient to heat and humidity. So we do have some processes maybe where we form an engineering type plastic over this material for packaging and for just maybe certain vehicles. We'll do that process. Also our water clear material, our clearest material will be done in this technology.
Oh, beautiful. Ultimate Usos. Eric Bischoff, Ultimate with the Nitro ring. Bianca, Kurt in the mock-up Typhoon. Very cool.
It's everything that way.
What's up? Yeah, so the big signs, the desk, all the scaffolding. I designed this, I designed it, and the kind of cool part is it's done. Yeah, so this is
You can have some pleasure making something.
Thank you again. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. I said, no, thank you. Thank you.
Got a special guest here, Joe Shoes.
What's happening?
Joe, we're gonna find some Mattel stuff.
We definitely are.
Are we gonna find Duplico? What if there's only one Duplico?
We will fight to the death.
Rock, paper, scissors.
We're talking about college funds with that one.
That's exactly right. Let's see what we got. The old Mattel store, limited one. What do we got? Oh, I see the wrestling. Hero, too bad. Hey, here we go. Last year's Manias. Bobby Heenan holding the fort down.
I feel bad. This is such a cool figure.
I know, I agree. I love it. And Shayna holding it down even more.
That one I don't feel
Not as cool. Not as cool. Oh, they got AJ. That's new. Rig. Oh, look at this. Belts. Scarlett, Seth, Candace Notice. Oh, Elite 87. Back with a vengeance. Or never left. There's an excellent basket stuffer. Oh, here we go.
And there.
Roboto.
Mom.
Sorceress. Snake armor. Snake armor. Well, this, well, that. You need the new Roboto?
No, I actually got that one.
Up and down here, Hot Wheels. Yeah, Hot Wheels City.
So the Moss Man box art the other day?
Oh, that thing's awesome.
Oh, I was like, this is insanity.
I got-
And the point dread as well.
Yep.
Poor Bobby.
Poor Bobby. Even more up here. Man, old Bobby. Hard times. Land Shark. Damaged Land Shark. Uh-oh, we got old basics. Who got in the old basic department here?
Lacey Evans.
Oh, man.
A lot of Lacey Evans.
Lacey, what are we doing?
Well, you know, this is what happens when you pop off on socials.
That's right. Yeah. Change your gimmick, you disappear for a while. Got a lot going against her.
Awful lot of Lacey Evans.
And games. Well, there's old SoFi Stadium. Made to WrestleMania. A lot going on. All right, leaving Mania night one. Quite the night, quite the seats. Good seeing a lot of people. Gonna do it all over again tomorrow.